Legal's here.
Where's legal?
Legal's here in force.
I would like for legal to restate their proposal.
I would like for legal to restate their proposal. I need to find where I wrote the proposal. Okay. Yeah, it's a different one. Oh, it's different. It's okay. I can do it. Okay. This is a proposal from legal. Do you want to see?
This is a proposal from legal. Can everybody hear?
Yep. Yes.
All right, no,
Okay. Some of our partner attorneys have offered to help negotiate with the mayor to find us a permanent space. Before we gave the go-ahead to do this, we wanted to bring it to GA to see if anyone had any concerns and who GA would like to be the liaison in these negotiations.
First, clarifying questions about the proposal. Yes.
This was asked earlier. Would this be a public or private negotiation?
My understanding is that this would be a private negotiation. This is why we wanted to bring it to GA, because we know this is a sensitive issue, and we have not decided one way or the other among ourselves. We want it to be a broad discussion.
Some of you need to come in, and I need to be able to see everybody so I can see who's going to talk, okay? So sort of spread this out a little, smooth this out so I can see people. Okay, any other clarifying questions? Clarifying questions? We don't know who it would be, or if there's somebody in mind to do this.
So the question was, who would be doing this negotiation with the mayor? There has been a specific attorney who has volunteered to do this, who apparently is very prominent and has a good relationship with the mayor. But another attorney suggested that he might not want this broadly known. So I'm not sure about sharing the name, which is part of what makes this difficult. Yep.
Clarifying questions?
What are the nature of the negotiations? Or what is the goal? Is that, I'm not sure whether that falls from the rubric of a clarifying question.
I think it does. I think it's up to the GA to decide the nature of the negotiation. I believe the initial concept was that this person would negotiate to try to identify us a permanent space, but would simply do negotiations and would not have the power to approve anything. That any conclusion would have to come to the GA for discussion.
Yeah. What I would like to know, well, I guess everybody would like to know. I mean, that's. I think it should be brought out to everybody's attention, not just for the.
Not a clarifying question. Well, I'm about to ask for concerns.
Yes, 1 second.
Hold it.
Clarifying question means we don't understand the proposal. Let's get through this first. Okay, is that not a clarifying question? Okay, so clarifying question. Is that another clarifying question?
Yes.
Yes.
Do I understand correctly that this representative from us, meaning the mayor, would not be able to accept something until the GA accepts, the entire GA accepts the agreed upon negotiation?
So I apologize because we were briefly doing a side conversation, so I missed the very first part of what you said.
Do I understand correctly that whoever would be representing us in this negotiation would not be able to make an agreement with the mayor until the entire GA approves that agreement?
I think that that would be a very reasonable expectation, and if the GA insisted on that as part of the approval of this, then yes.
So clarifying question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just got here and I want to know why the mayor, why I've heard it's gone private.
It hasn't.
From what or like is the proposal for a representative as opposed to that's.
Don't send Tim. I blocked Tim.
Okay,
He's not our
Okay.
representative.
Can I get caught up?
Point of process. If somebody wants to be a part of the conversation, can you raise your hand and get on stack? Because when there's side conversations going on, it's distracting.
Well, I literally just got off the train. I wasn't part of the side conversation.
Okay, can you restate the
You might be
proposal?
talking to me.
The proposal is to have an attorney who is a partner but not a member of the legal committee, who has a good relationship with the mayor, try to negotiate with the mayor on our behalf to identify a permanent or at least a longer term space for us to occupy.
Okay, clarifying questions. Any clarifying questions? No more clarifying questions? Okay, concerns. Get on the take step.
Yeah, but like,
I'm just gonna say this. I don't need Mike. Mayor Kasim Reed just wants to.
sit.
Oh, you're right. Their names.
Got a light.
Are you stack taker or is he stack taker?
He had his hand up first.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Am I good to go? Okay. My concern is I feel like we shouldn't let the mayor dictate where we're going to say. I feel like that kind of defeats the whole purpose of us being out here. It defeats the purpose of me coming out here anyway. And I feel like if we come up with a list of places that we want to go, that we want to occupy, maybe we can pass that off to the mayor and just let him know. But negotiating to let him stay in a place that public owns is, I mean, I feel like that goes against everything that everyone says.
Okay, my turn.
We have to address this first.
No other Occupy got permission and then occupied. If those who have permission occupied, then got permission. First of all. Second of all, Mayor Kasim Reed doesn't want to negotiate. He wants to save face because he's screwed right now. He doesn't want to help us. He just wants to save face. We don't need to give him that chance. He arrested 52 of us. He's not going to fix that mistake. So there's nothing we need to negotiate with him to have him allow us. Unless he's going to release those 52 tickets and just let us go or something. But still, he does other things wrong. I think he needs to accept his consequences.
Andy?
Yeah, two things. First, I think our motivation for finding a location that we want to occupy should be based on what we think the most effective space for us is, and I don't think that's the mayor's agenda in these negotiations. And I think we need to be aware of that. Second, I think we have the time frame that we need to be concerned about in terms of when we want to do this, and I'm not convinced that the mayor would be negotiating with us in good faith. And I think this could very well be a stalling tactic, and if we were to approach that meeting and enter into those negotiations and then decide that they're not working out and we are going to occupy a space, I think he would turn around and say that we left those negotiations and would use that to attack us.
Next concern?
Two things, like other people have said. You know, we don't need his permission to occupy. The Constitution gives us permission to occupy, and if we seek his permission before we do it, it defeats the purpose of occupation. Secondly, he's already given us permission to occupy here until the 7th, until he broke his word. And so his word means nothing to me. Whether he says we can occupy or not, his word is dirt to me. So.
I guess to piggyback off that, the Cleveland case that basically the judge ruled that it's our right. I also think that we don't really have to seek his permission as long as we are on public land.
I think that that we should work on finding loopholes that allow us, because it has got to be a connection with Scottish rights and the right to peaceably assembly. It's got to be a connection.
You got to speak up.
Can everybody hear me?
I didn't hear the last part of that.
Well, we got to find the connection between the Scottish rights and our First Amendment. because I know that there is that will allow us to do
Then it's going to post it on the Facebook page later.
without
Sorry.
I have a concern that you first came up with when you said that the lawyer that won't say anything about it, that he knows that he's friends with the mayor. That's a major concern. Why is, if the mayor was going to do something right, he would come to everybody. He would come out here to this park and he would negotiate. You should not let a lawyer do any negotiation. And that can be a major problem. If you go in there with a lawyer and tell a lawyer that he can negotiate on Occupy Atlanta, then you ask him for trouble. You should let him come out here, let Mayor Kasim Reed come out here or to any location and let him deal with everybody face to face.
No.
And then whether or not he comes back with a response, we do that. Something like that.
Our proposal is to the mayor rather than in negotiations.
We can do something like that, right?
I don't, just as a general statement, I don't see any reason why we couldn't. And both speaking for myself and for, I think, other members of the legal committee, we are not necessarily proponents of this proposal, but we thought it was big enough and important enough that it should come out for further discussion without us just deciding one way or the other on it. I just want to, so I don't have a strong feeling about this one way or the other, but I want to point out that, first of all, we want to make sure that this is not just a fight against the mayor, and that we keep in mind that, like, the more that we just make this about what the mayor did or didn't do, then the more we lose time to focus on what the movement was about. And I guess the second thing that I would say is, I hear everyone about, you know, we're occupying to our right, and like they were controlling the First Amendment rights. I agree with you. But I also think there's a lot to be said for having a place where people can come and meet and talk about things, and people who don't otherwise meet to get together. And that was the powerful thing about this place. And we had permission from him the time before. So whether we have permission from a private place or we get permission for another place, like, if we don't want to have people getting arrested every night and we don't want to spend all of our time in GA discussing where we're going tonight and losing all our energy that we could be towards the actual movement, then for me, it would be worth it to have that negotiation with the mayor. That's just me.
I agree. Concerns.
Not responses, concerns. I don't know. I walked out for a minute. I don't know if anybody else has said this, but I don't know who this person is at all. And, you know, I don't know who this lawyer is, and I don't know if they're one of us or not. And I don't really understand.
I say something similar to that.
So, yeah. That's my concern.
That's me. Do you have responses to the concerns? We'll let you respond to concerns.
I have other people who respond. For me personally, I have some more concerns.
Okay, let me back up a little bit. Any more concerns specifically?
So I just ask clarification questions about process.
I'm trying to do concerns all at once.
I have a concern.
Going back and forth about this.
My concern is if he lied to us once, what make us think he's not going to lie to us again? If he give us permission to
Most politicians, when their lips are moving a
he
line,
lied about this one.
by definition.
Why won't he lie about another? That's a concern. Major concern. I think it's not on the mind of everybody. We occupy this place. If it's just from 6 in the morning to 11. This is a major space. This is a powerful space. And that's why he wanted to negotiate, because he don't want to split. Because we can reach the general population here. Right here. In Woodrow Park. So my major concern is this. He lied about this. And you know it. He don't want us here. That's why he want to negotiate instead of somewhere else so he can lie again. Instead of police on us again. My major concern is he lied about this. What makes sense to that?
Gotcha.
I have a concern. I'm concerned that we are spending too much time attacking the mayor, and that we actually need to sit down and negotiate. And I'm thinking it's very possible to negotiate the entire
But that's what's got to be. It's slow. For anyone to address us, we should have to send a representative out to meet them. They should have to come meet us. Come to the GA and address his grievances. If he truly had something good to say to us, he would come to us. John Lewis. We should have bought John Lewis something. Big softy.
Mike check. Come here. Mike, this is concern. Come here. Mike check.
Mike check.
This is a concern.
This is a concern.
But it's from Big Softy.
It's from Big Softy.
So it's going to be a little bit controversial. So I don't think we should negotiate. I think that we should set our own timetable.
I think we should set our own timetable.
I think we should talk to the mayor.
I think we should talk to the mayor.
I think we should talk to the governor.
I think we should talk to the governor.
I have a friendly amendment, so when we get the time,
I have a friendly amendment, so when we get the time,
let me know when I can propose a friendly amendment.
Let me know when I can propose a friendly amendment.
Just to clarify.
Just to clarify.
The mayor has not reached out to us.
The mayor has not reached out to us.
To propose negotiating. This was a third party.
This was a third party.
Who has made an offer. To negotiate. I'm just clarifying that.
Feels like mom and pop's stuff.
We're clarifying that.
Somebody came and said, like, as the mayor, like, would they be able to email him and get a meeting?
Yes. And professional.
Comments, addressing
Somebody connected to lawyers coming to us. It's very strange.
Or, like, could we get, like, a resume?
Huh?
Mike check.
Mike check.
The third party in question.
Third party in question
Has a strong reputation. In the civil rights community.
and has been.
His proposal has been. Supported by some lawyers. Who we trust. And have been very supportive of Occupy Atlanta themselves.
Like who?
Brian. Oh yeah.
She's
Brian. The people. Okay. The two lawyers who specifically supported this suggestion were Brian Spears and Brooks Franklin.
I guess they need to be watched.
Oh, right. It was Jerry Weber. Right. So was it Jerry and Brooks then? It was Jerry. Okay. Sorry. Sarah, thank you.
Any other comments addressing the comments? Anyone want to talk about it again?
Anthony, what you got?
Really, I forgot. I remember. I said I forgot, but I remember.
So, I don't need the mic check. But as of right now, we don't have a solid, sustainable place that we can gather and organize continually 24/7. I think that's the